Okay, Chris Cohen back with you on Seafood Aquatic Adventures, and of course you're looking at the pond right now. I'm out here. I just released the goldfish in here. Unfortunately, I didn't take a video of that. It just rained real hard here, so the water's kind of brown. A lot of stuff came up, so I'll have to go in there and change the pads. But the first step in moving fish was moving the goldfish into here. I quarantined about 2 weeks. They were eating really good. They looked good. There's nothing on them. So I figured they did enough quarantining. So I put them in here. They were in here somewhere, hiding in the rocks, but they're over there. You can see them very rarely in the water. There's a goldfish there, but that's the ones that are already in there. But they're swimming all around. They usually like to hide underneath the hyacinths, but once we get better clarity on this water, I'll take a video of the white ones. You should be able to see it because I did that on purpose so I could see them. You can see actually the smaller ones right there. If you look real close underneath the plant there, you can see them swimming towards me. He's in that rock. He's hanging out with the new goldfish. I'm sure you can see him there. He's under the rocks now. I just released him, so you can tell that he's very excited. We got plenty of space and room in here. Again, those are the fish that we won at the carnival. So let me show you guys what I did and what we're doing today. I just got back from a fish store that I want to try to, get in good graces with him because he has a very good selection, and he's only about an hour from here, maybe a little bit less, 45 minutes. Which I never knew he was here. I mean, I kind of knew he was here. A place called Fish and Friends. It's in Hanover, Pennsylvania. We're still going through stuff back here, but real quick. So I traded the trout goodeids. I brought, I had an overabundance of them, and I had about 20 of them. I moved the rest of the ones I had in here. The guy says if he does well with them, he'll probably take more. But I did trade, so we got more fish today. I moved, so the goldfish are out in the pond. I moved these trout goodeids into here. Now they're all in one spot. I'll just put the light on here and show you guys what I got. Now, I'm trying to build this fish room back up. I want to get more variety of fish. I fish some other stuff too, but I'll show you guys. So in here, I got some neons. I traded the trout goodies for some neons. There's some shrimp in here. I don't know if you can see. There's one right here. The yellow shrimp. I got about 6 of them. They're swimming around there somewhere. Obviously, I'm gonna try to get some more plants in this tank. More hiding places. They were underneath the filter, but you see a bunch of snails in here. They'll do fine here. He's right here, the shrimp. There's a little guy right there. You see him? There's 6 of them in there. They were hiding out in the here for a couple minutes. Then they moved. Let me see if I can go on the other side, see if we can find any more. Now, I didn't go crazy and tell them I want a bunch of fish, but I did tell them, hey, if this time around, I'll take whatever you got, and then we think it's fair, and the next time if they're selling good, we'll make a deal. So, and I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it because I'm a hobbyist. But we'll have to add some more plants in here. Shrimp do a good job of hiding, so I don't really see much of them right now. The yellow shrimp, I'll probably come back to this and see if I can find them when they come out. But maybe it's underneath the filter. Let's see. No. I'm not sure where they went to, but I'm gonna keep this this tank kind of like halfway full, maybe a little bit more than that. We'll see what happens, but right now I don't see the shrimp. But we got 6 neons in there. There's one back there. See him? He's back there on top of the fake rock. They're in there. So I want to get plenty of hiding spaces. This is very soft gravel, not gravel, it's sand. We're gonna keep them in here, and I may depending on how they do in here, I might put them in this tank, which is all sand, and this is where my dwarf killifish are. There's a bunch in there, and that tank is doing pretty good. I can move this light over and show you guys kind of like what's going on. See, they had a bunch of babies too. You look down the bottom there, a bunch of babies. These are my dwarf killifish. They like to hide under the rocks too. And there's my one little snail. That's a ram's horn snail. He's pretty big. And I got a bunch of little small. You can see the babies going in and hiding in the rock. So you got like a little family in here. It's really cool. I like these guys. So anyway, the neons, you know, once they get acclimated, they'll be swimming all down. I'm probably gonna put some more stuff in here just to make these shrimp more comfortable. Obviously, more plants. I plan on doing more plants, guys, eventually. That's my goal. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's for that. Now, 6 neons, 6 shrimp. And let me show you this tank here. This is where the goldfish were. If you look closely, there's some hatchet fish in there. I got 6 of them. Absolutely love these guys. Let me take this top off real quick. This light's kind of had its better days. You might be able to see it better if I put them in there on the top. See? Now, this tank is a tank where you want to keep it where it's not, where the top isn't, you know, they got some space to jump. They like to jump. But you can see I got some swordtails. These are locally bred swordtails. I got 2 females, 1 male. Nice big hatchet fish right there. But we got some options. Like I said, I want to keep adding fish. I'm kind of low on fish right now. And I want to add to these tanks. Meaning that I don't want, I have to fix that light. I don't want 1 or 2 fish in the tank or keep quarantining. We're pretty much happy with what we got here. I'll probably add a little more water in here. And that's it. But hatchet fish, 6 hatchet fish. I got 3 swordtails. Got a locally bred. I believe the shrimp are locally bred too. This guy's got a lot of locally bred stuff, but he's got a great selection. Next time I go in there, I'll have to do a video. But yeah, I got a good deal on that. Now, we also traded the polar convicts, which I decided to do that because I don't have any use for 12 of these guys. I'm not a big cichlid guy anymore. I am more of a South American cichlid guy. Not to say these guys aren't South American, they are, but you know, it's not working. I think I shut this thing out again. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why it keeps doing that. I shorted the whole thing out again. But I want to show you guys the dwindling of the fish. As you can see, there was a bunch in here. Now I got about 6 or 7. These guys are small. I didn't want to give these guys away yet. I might just keep these guys in there, just to keep them as a fish. But I have way too many in there. When you overcrowd your tank, you need to really make a decision. And I made the decision to let half of those guys go. Of course, you know, the trout goodeids, and eventually I'll have to do something about these Baylor sharks. I may have to move them eventually, only because I want to get them in a bigger tank. But I talked to the guy down there, Fishing Friends, and he's going to see what he can do, and we'll make a deal. Anyway, that's what I got going on, guys. I didn't really take that much B-roll, but as far as outside. But you sure wanted to go fish swimming around there. I have to go out there and clean the mats because it just poured, like literally like a downpour, like a thunderstorm. And I'll go out there and fix that, and I'll show you guys swimming around. But when you build a pond, guys, the one thing you have to remember is when you're building a pond and you have a bunch of plants, those fish are gonna hide in those plants, like the water hyacinths, which is perfectly fine. Gives them cover, especially when they're out in the wild. And they get bigger, you're gonna need them you're gonna need those water hyacinths in there so the fish don't get eaten. Okay. So anyway, so now that tank is all Crabinsus. We'll have to get some B-roll in that. Once I get that tank going, I don't know where I'm gonna get more fish for that tank eventually. I plan on going to some more auctions. I plan on going to Aquashella. So I got some big things coming up. I'm gonna go back to Fishing Friends eventually. I will make a video of that. And if you guys are in Pennsylvania, go check it out. It's Hanover. It's on Carlisle Street. But you can go down there and check him out. He's got great selection. Very knowledgeable too. You got knowledgeable people working there. More knowledgeable than you would get if you went to a fish store. You know. So those are the changes we made. Obviously, we'll go back to it. The Polar Convict was in there. He was totally destroying that tank. She wanted to have babies again. So I gave her away pretty much. I traded them. So hopefully, if they find her a male, she'll breed again, and I'll make her happy. Trout Goodeids are all in this tank right now. I know the female in here is pregnant, so we should be hoping for another batch of babies soon. Yeah, they look like they're hungry. Of course, the dwarf killifish are in there. We'll leave those guys alone. I added, look in there, there's a couple shrimp in there. Yeah, I added 6 shrimp to this tank, and this is going to be a shrimp tank with some neons. I'm thinking about moving these hatchet fish into that 20-gallon over there where the swordtails are. Or I might just put the swordtails in there for now. Hatchet fish, I don't know what I'm doing with them yet. I may want to keep them in here or put them in a 20-gallon. I might put them in that 20-gallon there because they're kind of hanging out at the top. We'll have to be careful with the lids because they like to jump out. So we'll probably put them in that tank. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided yet. But we got a lot of things going on, guys, and we're gonna keep making those decisions. And if you guys know anybody who wants Trout Goodeids, you guys are breeding like crazy. They're beautiful fish. You can't really see much because I don't have the light on, but they got, you know, the stripes and they're spotted. One of my favorite fish I've ever kept, honestly, even though they're small. I'm a big Oscar guy too, but anyway. And of course, getting back to what we got, neons, shrimp is going to be here. I'm going to add some fish to there. I already went through the hatchet fish and the swordtails. And like I said, we're going to be making some changes. I want to stock these tanks again. I want to keep stocking them and getting more fish. These guys, guppies are guppies, but they like to hide in the plants. And of course, you know, once I get more, you know, this 30-gallon is pretty good. There's a couple snake skin bars in there with the gouramis and of course the bottom feeders. I think that honestly think that's going to be good for now. I might add some more, but we'll see. You know, we got a lot of plans coming up. Hopefully, Aquashella will give me some fish, or you know, we got some things going on. Anyway, so that's what we did today, guys. We drove about an hour, made a trade, and it's always good to, when you're in the aquarium hobby, to, you know, have good contacts and have a good relationship with people, because, you know, when you have to build a relationship, that's when you get, you know, good deals and you get good in the community, and they want to keep doing business with you. And like I said, you don't want to rip them off. You know, you don't want to say, I want this, you know, for nothing. Most people are going to say no. So you want to make a good deal the first time around, and then, you know, once you get good at breeding, or good at, you have extra fish, you always want to go and build that connection, build that relationship with your local fish store. That's the best place. That's the best thing you could do, is build a relationship with your fish store, so you don't spend a crap load of money on fish.
Come over here.
Huh?
Is Joey over here?
No.
I literally just saw him go past
Are you
you.
gonna be on B-roll?
I literally just saw him go past
There's no
you.
Joey back here. Anyway, guys, remember, if you can't own them, rehome them. We'll see you next time.